Hey guys, welcome to the Don't Talk to Me podcast. I'm joined by co-hosts Venus and Ashlyn. Today we're talking about the San Diego Comic-Con. Venus is very excited about this whole thing, so she will be leading this. Yeah, V?
I'm the alpha geek today.
She is.
Clearly.
Head geek.
She's wearing full leather. She's got the whip. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, San Diego Comic-Con.
It was a thing.
It was a thing. Big pop culture event. Lots of stuff released on the internet that we got to access really easily, and people got to line up for like 2 days to see in person.
Didn't someone die in the line?
I don't know. I love cons, don't get me wrong. I was watching, I can't even remember what I was watching. Apparently some people literally line up for 3 days to get into Hall H, which is like the big panel hall.
Yeah.
And then they literally just stay there. They go there and they stay.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that at all.
No.
3 days?
I couldn't do that.
No. I can barely wait 5 minutes in a car. I start getting nervous after 5 minutes in a car.
I feel it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, no. But they have tents and they have squatty potties and they're fully camping out. It's like a camping trip. But it's for people whose parents never took them camping.
It's true.
So we saw the first sort of images, the glimpses we have of Phase 4 of Marvel's next phase. And we heard Scarlett Johansson talking about how she wants, was it Kevin Feige, who directed Black Widow?
However he spelled his pronounce his last name.
It's beige with an F, so I think it's Feige.
Yeah. Or Feige, maybe?
Or Feige.
I think it's Kevin Feige. Whenever I hear people saying his last name, it's always Feige, which is weird because both the E's, E-I and E, both have a different E. Anyways, we're not talking about the English language. We're talking about Black Widow. Essentially, Scarlett Johansson was like, I only signed on to do this movie if they were going to change the genre somehow. Which I think is really cool. But I think, do you have any idea, they haven't really released when it's going to be based, what sort of Black Widow we're going to see? Because spoilers for Endgame, she dies. She's super dead. Not only is she dead, she's erased. She's gone girl. She's fully gone girl.
So I have not seen Endgame, so
I bought it today. I bought it today and I was like, I'm going to watch it before the podcast because we're talking about Phase 4. In my defense, I had a really, really bad breakup when Endgame came out, which kind of ruined it because I was dating a comic book geek. And then I've had lots of anime to watch. So.
He snapped you out of his reality.
Just the anime, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So essentially in Endgame, we see her trade her soul for this thing. And she ceases to exist. So I'm not sure. Well, it obviously can't be post Endgame. It has to be before Endgame.
It's got to be an origin story, surely. I'm looking at.
I don't think so. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, it's based in Russia, Dubrovnik, and Belarus and Budapest.
But she did a bunch of missions there. She did a bunch of missions there with Hawkeye. Canonically, so I'm not sure whether or not she would be I think it might be the time that she spent between the two movies, because there was 5 years where she was leading the Avengers.
Maybe.
That's a good point. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm very interested.
I love it when Scarlett Johansson plays a white woman, so I'm excited.
Scarlett Johansson plays herself in that movie. Black Widow is meant to be this cold kind of ruthless killer, and Scarlett Johansson's she's almost kind of, she's a bit like Jennifer Lawrence. If Jennifer Lawrence was an assassin, she's just really personable and really lovely. But Black Widow was my favorite character in the entire thing. I'm definitely going to see it. There's not many, so I won't be going to see the new Doctor Strange. Just being honest.
Well, apparently that's going to be a horror film, which I think I mean, I don't do horror, but for a lot of horror fans that also follow Marvel, that's going to be awesome.
Very interesting. Yeah, it's interesting how they're changing it up.
Yeah. Well, I think at the moment as well, I mean, they've done what? They They've done surely over 15 films by now. Surely.
Yes, I would say so.
Here we go. Black Widow is going to be the 24th, so they've done 23.
Over 15 then.
Yeah, 23. So you can't just make another superhero film. Like
another MacGuffin film.
Yeah, that's no.
We have to find the Tesseract. We have to find the Unobtivium. We have to find Wakanda.
Yeah. So I get why they're mixing up. I think it's a good idea. I think it's going to keep Marvel relevant for a lot longer than people will have expected.
What's your guys' favorite Marvel movie / favorite Marvel character? I don't know if you read the comics. I've never been a very huge comic person. I really like X-Men. So all of my favorite characters are always X-Men, which is disappointing because all the X-Men movies fucking suck. They all do. Fucking suck, except for like
I loved Rogue. I really loved Rogue when I was little. Like I had my hair like her for a really long time.
Very
I was like 12. Yeah, so angsty. I loved it.
Everyone
but I think nowadays
dies.
I know, like it was such an emo vibe, and I loved it. But I think now Deadpool would definitely be my favorite.
I think he's everyone's favorite. He's almost like not a Marvel character though.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Ryan Reynolds.
Everyone forgets that he's it's just its own thing.
Yes, absolutely. What about you, V?
I think my favorite, and this is probably growing up with being obsessed with like the Uncanny X-Men cartoon at the time. I'm a bit partial for Jubilee.
I do like Jubilee.
I love Jubilee.
I do like Jubilee.
And Polaris as well.
Yes.
In the new series that they did. I forget. I can't even remember what it was.
It's called, it's not the Runaways. It's
no, that other one.
Similar Mutants.
Yeah.
Mutants.
The girl that played Polaris in that, I quite liked the spin she gave on her. So
she's kind of like knockoff Kristen Ritter in that one. Do you reckon?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like her.
I like Jessica Jones. But I just like how she's not as annoying as Magneto is. Like I like Magneto. He's a very good character and he has like a huge fucking backstory. But he is so into himself that I just like it. Like Wolverine a bit. I can't get into all the super like masculine macho bullshit characters. That's why I like Jubilee. Who is Dazzler? Dazzler is really funny as well. Have you guys seen the new X-Men movie?
No. What, Dark Phoenix?
Yes.
Yeah, that looked bad. And I'm a big Jean Grey person.
It was really bad. But Jean Grey is my personal favorite. But Dazzler is in the movie for like a hot minute. And she is very interesting to watch. I think she translates very well to movies. But her ability is so pointless and is so specially activated by her singing that it's insane. Like when it's very not practical. Just a bit like Jubilee. But Jubilee got like hopped up, so she can like shoot lasers now.
Okay, did not know about that.
Yeah, in the new X-Men, she's like a bit like Captain Marvel, kind of.
Yeah.
Like she can fly, I think, and she shoots not pyrokinetic blasts. What are pyrotechnic blasts? And yeah, so she can't she can still create fireworks, but she's also like she's kind of like Jubilee on crack. Like if Apocalypse had given her extra powers.
Well, there you go. So basically, what you're saying is my favorite's a really good pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then very important and dear to our hearts, Thor: Love and Thunder going to be made in Australia.
Maybe we can cameo.
That's exciting. I mean, it's going to be filmed in Queensland, probably, right? Because they get everything over there.
Yes.
Oh, Sydney, I thought I read Sydney. Yeah.
Sydney. Okay.
Film it. Yes. Is Tiger doing this one?
Yeah, Ty's doing it.
Yeah, that's very good. That's good.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah,
yes.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Oh my god.
New Zealand's contribution.
Yeah. He directed my favorite movie, What We Do in the Shadows. That is my actual
good
favorite movie. Yes, very into
I like it even more because that's my home city. So like when I see them running around, I'm like,
I know that place.
I've been there.
I got a
it's
kebab
great.
there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like the kebab
I
place.
got
Like
my
when they're in the
pussy
city, I'm like, that kebab place.
Yes.
It's the kebab place.
Yeah, very into him. I think Thor Ragnarok is the only Thor movie I've ever enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd probably. Oh, I didn't mind the first one. The first one I found okay, but I didn't like. I didn't like Thor in the first Thor movie. I liked everyone else, like particularly Stellan Skarsgård's character.
Yes.
Whereas,
everyone else, Thor is not a hugely likable person because he is very much the straight man. You need people to bounce off him, and when he's just bouncing off himself, it just kind of gets boring. That's why a really funny movie like Ragnarok works really well, because he's with like really fun characters, like Taika's character, the rock guy. What is it, Gorb?
Gorg.
Something like that. I think that's really funny. I really enjoyed that movie. We've gone very off track again, and I've taken us off track again.
We're still fairly on track. I mean, we're talking about,
yes, nerdy shit.
That's not too far off track. We didn't do too badly.
What else happened?
So other than Marvel, we had something very close to Ashlyn's heart happen at Comic-Con.
Well, I mean, I already knew this before Comic-Con, but obviously Supernatural's last season is beginning filming, like just after they finished San Diego Comic-Con. They went off to start filming season 15, which is going to be the very final Supernatural season. So it's very sad, and I think the boys cried at their final panel, which is very sad.
What is your ultimate resolution? What do you hope to happen?
I don't think anyone is going to be happy with what happens, and I don't even know if I'm going to be happy with whatever happens. I almost feel like they have to all die and then be in heaven all together as like a beautiful reunion. I feel like there's no other way to really
or maybe in limbo.
End it. I feel like that's sad. I feel like we need some semblance of a happy ending, but I do feel like they need to die for that to sort of coexist with them. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they defeated this end, because obviously it's the big bad, right? So spoilers if you haven't seen the last season. So God brings all the demons, all the monsters back that they've already killed. So that's like the cliffhanger. And I don't know how they would ever solve this apocalypse.
So why the fuck did God do that?
Because God's a dick.
I see.
Or Chuck is a dick, but he got pissed off at them essentially for not playing his little games, and they tried to shoot him, and and then he got pissed off, and then essentially set the apocalypse on them with the snap of his fingers.
I am only up to season 3. I only ever made it to season 3 because I was watching it with someone I was dating at the time, and they got bored. And so, but I'm too scared. Like, honestly, that any kind of horror shit freaks me out.
See, I hate horror movies too, but Supernatural I really enjoy.
I can't do it. Like, I can't do it. It has the kind of writing that is jump scare heavy. And it's like, I really like the sudden build up tension. Like, it does that really well. Like the foreboding tension in like Get Out and movies like that. But there's just like this, I'm always on edge, and that's not something I like when I'm trying to enjoy a TV show.
That's fair. I feel like there's some really good episodes that you would enjoy that are a little bit on the lighter side as well. That would be.
Yeah. And I think as well, like, I found with Supernatural, I could binge watch it during the day. Like, I could sit through it and be like, okay, it's dark now, and I've had enough space between watching Supernatural and it being really, really dark for me to go to sleep. Yeah. But, like, the horror elements of it don't scare me so much. The second it got into being, like, demonic stuff, that freaks me out. I don't know if it's because... I don't know if it's, like, the Italian genes in my DNA that are just like, oh, Catholicism, don't fuck with that shit.
Pizza pasta!
Or, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah.
I think I listened to not Wine and Crime, which is the one that we like. Fuck, what's it called?
This is
And
why
That's Why We Drink.
That's Why We Drink. Yeah.
I sometimes have to skip the first half, like when M is talking, because
my God, don't tell M this.
anything to do with possessions, anything to do with I can't do possessions. I cannot do possessions because I feel like I'm listening to it and I'm inviting the demon. Just by like them saying its name, like it'll show up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Bloody Mary.
Yes, exactly like that.
We had a few of those,
Yeah. So when I was in hospital, I went through full psychosis because I was on morphine and I'm allergic to it. I had this thing where I couldn't get this one name of a demon out of my head. So it like kept saying it over and over again to the point where I had to train myself to say pee pee poo poo instead of the name of the demon.
Best thing to have in there.
Like I just had to speak louder than the thing. Like don't do medication that you're allergic to. Just tell your doctor. Tell your doctor that you're allergic.
PSA, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure. I must say, we like to listen to when we drove across country in our camper. We listened to And That's Why We Drink pretty much the whole way from Melbourne to Perth. So at one of the nights that we stopped off just on the side of the road, we had listened to this podcast about these hitchhikers getting murdered just out. Like they were literally like us in a van, just getting murdered out. And I was like, why did we listen to this? And it was the last one we listened to. And I was so freaked out. And I was like, might have to give that podcast a little bit of a break.
At least your van can't be haunted.
True, but it's like, not penetrable.
Who's heard of a haunted minivan?
Well, apparently ours is haunted, according to Bradley.
I don't think.
I was gonna say, I feel like it could be. It could. I feel like.
I think the campground you're on is haunted. That's what.
All that. Okay. Well, it's fine. We can leave there.
Yeah, exactly. But things can get attached.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. They're like
you're just gonna have to put a salt circle around the van itself.
Entire van, and every time it rains, I'll just have to redo it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sam and Dean.
All the snails in the area will die.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
Yeah,
is that why? Maybe that's why Craig is so like adamant about being friends with Holmesy, like thinking the salt will just keep the evil spirits away.
Yeah.
So salty.
I should stop using Holmesy as the butt of my jokes because I do actually really like him.
Poor Holmesy.
He'll never listen to this.
He'll never listen to this.
Podcasts are for intellectuals. It's fine.
Oh gosh.
But so they announced the end of Supernatural. I think there's going to be a lot of Wincest porn writers that are going to be very upset.
I think so too. Well, I think it's going to continue on anyway with the fanfic, but
yeah,
and we might even get a spin-off.
But
yeah, well, I mean, they tried to do that. They tried to do Wayward Sisters, and it just didn't get picked up, which is really sad.
What? I never even heard of that.
So Wayward Sisters was the girls of Supernatural, which are already scattered throughout Supernatural. You don't get to see them all the time. There's like Jodie and her three girls. And they tried to do a spin-off show in the same sort of thing and maybe have them cross over sometimes. And they did a pilot episode and then just nothing came about. And so CW didn't pick it up.
I feel like what they could have done is use that witch character, the witch that was friends with them, and had something around that. Because witches are very hot right now. They're very hot.
For sure.
That's what I would do if I was doing a TV show. Witches or witches.
Oh yeah,
which
for sure.
Crazy.
A lot of witchy shows haven't been picked up though, so I don't think it's even. True. If the Supernatural stuff's not going to pick up, that's not a good.
And Supernatural is like a money bag. It's like instant. You know, you already have a following. You already have people who are into it.
I was so surprised. I thought Wayward Sisters would be just like a done deal, you know, but I think it's just probably the execs being like, oh, this is a woman-based show. No thanks, we're good.
Women don't spend money.
No, don't be silly. Even though Supernatural fandom is literally pretty much all women.
Yeah. But like when you went to the what was it, the Supernatural Con or whatever it was that you went to a couple months ago? I was looking at all your photos.
Just all women. Yeah.
Yeah, when Bradley and Ashlyn met.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best time ever.
It was a very
And I'm
good
so
time.
glad that I did get to go, because obviously being the last season, who knows if they'll, Jared and Jensen would ever make it back to Australia.
Yeah.
Probably not.
A long way, and who knows what they're going to be doing next. And people are saying that they want Jensen to play Batman, which is exciting. But
No.
I mean, who knows what they're going to be doing?
Didn't Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Apparently.
He's been chosen. Yeah.
I don't know about that vibe.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that a lot, because he's in a movie, I think it's Good Times, it's called. And he plays a villain really well. He plays a dark character really well. And I feel like we judge him for the writing that he got on Twilight, because let's be real, Stephanie Meyer's a pervert.
It's true. I mean, I was a Twilight fan, and I still enjoy binge watching some of the Twilight movies. Just going to say it, but I'm just not. I was never a big fan of the Robert Pattinson pick anyway, to be honest. I think I'm not a big fan of him as an actor overall.
I think he did well, and we forget he was in Harry Potter for a hot minute.
He was.
I didn't like him as Cedric either. He wasn't Cedric.
I did. I liked him a lot. I think he weirdly didn't look like anybody else in that movie. If you think about it, like everyone kind of looks, or maybe it's because I grew up with Harry Potter and I kind of assimilate everyone together as like a family, and then there's like this character that we've never seen, just like the people from all the other schools. But he doesn't look like anybody else in that movie. But I think he'll be a good Batman. But it's not like the Batman that we know. It's not like action Batman. It's Detective Batman.
That's
so
true.
we've had Detective Pikachu. Now we have Detective Batman.
Who else are we going to turn into a detective?
Yeah, but I think it's set in the 90s. Very Captain Marvel. Set in the 90s, and he's going to be versing the new Joker. And trying to track down the new Joker, because the new Joker movie's coming out in like a year, less than a year.
Who's cast for that? Please tell me it's still not fucking Jared Leto.
No, they changed that.
God,
it's an older guy. I don't remember his name, but he kind of looks like Jack Nicholson. Yeah, I know, weird, like a slightly younger Jack Nicholson. But he's proven himself very good at playing villains, so I'm very hopeful. DC is trash at the moment. Let's just be honest.
The only DC film that I've liked, I didn't like Suicide Squad, but I loved Margot Robbie because she was great as Harley. The only one that I really liked is Wonder Woman.
Yes.
The only one I liked.
I liked Cara Delevingne as the, what was her name?
Dr. Moon. I always forget what her name is. Enchantress.
Enchantress. That's the one. I almost said Scarlet Witch. Nope. Similar characters. I do like Cara Delevingne as Enchantress. I did like Harley Quinn. But I think those are the only. Oh, Amanda Waller was pretty good. Let's be real.
I was going to say, person I liked in the DC universe as a actor, and particularly shirtless, which will act as a very good transition here, Henry Cavil, who is now of The Witcher.
Oh God.
Ugh. I'm just like,
I'm very hopeful. He is an amazing actor, but I'm terrified because that is one of the best stories I've ever seen in a video game, and I just want it to do well.
Ash has some feelings about this.
I don't know. I just still feel like when I look at him, like all get up in his Witcher gear, he just looks like he's got a bad cosplay outfit on. Yeah. Like that wig, I just can't with that wig.
I like the wig. I've liked the wig since they did the test shots, and I know everyone else hates the wig, and I feel like I'm in the minority, but I really like Henry Cavill. I've liked him since the Tudors. Again, shirtless in the Tudors as well. He's a very good-looking man.
I think maybe he's just not my jam.
Huge cock. Biggest dick I've ever seen since. Who was that guy that they had to Photoshop the penis out? I forget his name. I might actually be thinking about Henry Cavil.
Probably.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Was the person that had to CGI it out? I think it was one of the Terminator movies.
Oh, that's funny.
But he has a huge penis. And I am
How do you know
just
this,
so
Bradley?
ready for it. Because I'm gay, and that's what we look for.
That's
Our eyes
right.
instantly zoom down like a hawk, instantly on the cock region. Yes, I'm very into that man. Very attractive. 10 out of 10.
Maybe he's just not my jam. I don't know. You guys can have him. That's fine.
I'm not looking forward to the beast transformation. I'm not looking forward to the beast transformation at all.
Yeah. He's not my pick, but that's okay. I mean, if he does well, it's fine.
Who would be your ideal cast?
More cosplay.
more cosplay. Well, I mean, he's probably a terrible actor. I don't know. I had no idea, but just the look that he does, is perfect.
We just want more cosplay CGI'd onto Henry Cavill, because we know that they can CGI faces onto Henry Cavill. So just
exactly
just CGI a whole body.
And then they don't need to worry about if he grows a mustache or any kind of that fucking shit. Just take away his whole face. And we're fine.
Make Henry Cavill have his fit his huge cock into a little green screen suit. have him act as that guy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friend Bradley, give it up.
Just perfect. And also, if we could have more cosplayers' wife, also, that would be 10 out of 10. Like both of them.
We might link the photo shoot that they did of
Lilac
and Gooseberry's cosplay. That was
very good.
I do believe that there is possibly a calendar available, like the Witcher calendar that they made. Which, I mean, if I had room, I would definitely put that on my wall. It's incredible.
So this might just be a rumor, but there was news about the new Legend of Zelda game, was there not?
That was a rumor. There's always constantly rumors about them making that into a live action. I feel like Zelda needs to be kept sacred just a little bit.
Let's be real. The amount of porn that exists of the Legend of Zelda,
nothing
that has not been sacred for a very long time.
My thing is, like, okay, so we had the Mario Brothers movie in the 90s, which was...
I thought that was the 80s.
Oh, it might have been the 80s. It was it was terrible.
I cannot remember it.
It was bad. It was really bad. It was
basically a porno.
Yeah, it was like porn quality acting. And not like pirates. We're talking like, just like middle of the line porn acting.
You're right. It was 93.
Sonic, let's look at the nightmare fuel that came out of them trying to do Sonic this year.
Oh, God.
When does that come out? Next year?
Well, no.
Whenever they can fix Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. They basically it was due to be February this year, was it? Or next year? Maybe February next year.
Yes.
Yeah, February 2020.
7th of November it was meant to come out.
Yeah, so they paused it. And then I think they extended the timeline again because they recognised that it would put a huge production stress on their animators in particular.
Well, they should have done it right the first time. I'm just saying. It was awful.
I don't know
who did that have to go through for that to be like, yeah, that looks good. No.
Which group did that test well with?
My ex-boyfriend. We'll nickname him Jay because that's the first letter of his name. Had a
we'll nickname him Jay because that's his name.
But like I remember having a screaming fit with him. He's like, no, it's really good. The runners are great, and he's what did he say? He does cardio, so he doesn't have to have like muscular legs, and the teeth are fine. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
His whole shape was fucked up. It was why did they have to make him like humanized to me? Like he's Sonic. You could just keep him Sonic shaped. You don't need to be creepy about it. Oh, this is like Cats all over again.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the same person that pitched Sonic, pitched Cats.
Jesus Christ. They need to fire these animators.
Taylor Swift with 6 anatomically correct cat nipples.
Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
How many nipples do hedgehogs have?
2.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
2 nipples. They have 2 nipples. Cool. And they're like right now down near the vagina, I think. Let's Google that, shall we?
I wouldn't have a damn clue.
I just know how fucked up platypuses are, so I'm figuring hedgehogs, they're cute and stuff as well. They must be equally horrifying.
Hedgehog nipples.
Google, tell us.
I don't.
How many teats does a hedgehog have? 5.
5?
That's a very strange amount.
I might be thinking about a platypus.
Maybe.
I know it's a quintessentially Australian animal that has it. Although a hedgehog's Australian?
No.
I don't know. No, they're not. How does 5 nipples work?
I don't. That's what I've just been trying to work out.
Like a
Google
star?
images.
But that's
Google
probably their
images tell me.
litter.
Maybe a star?
But remember, they have to be on one side because of their quills. So it's not like they can like fully extend back.
But they're normally symmetrical.
True.
So I would imagine it's like a star pattern.
Could be.
Which, if they have a pouch, would make sense. Do hedgehogs have pouches for their babies?
No, they do not.
They're marsupials, aren't they? Echidnas?
I don't. Echidnas.
Hedgehogs aren't echidnas.
Aren't
Two
they?
different things.
No.
Are they not?
Separate things.
No.
Oh.
Echidnas are very large and terrifying looking.
Yeah.
I was thinking that echidnas were hedgehogs this entire time.
No. And then there's porcupines as well. There's porcupines.
For fuck's sake.
Uh-huh.
God damn.
Oh, God.
Porcupines are like the incestual cousin. They're funny looking.
Mm-hmm. And now, of course, that I've Googled fucking hedgehog nipples, I have Sonic the Hedgehog with nipples. I just... Why?
It could be worse. It could be Taylor Swift with anatomically correct cat nipples.
This is true. If I looked up cat nipples, I'm sure that would be the next thing I'd find.
Yes.
Good Lord.
I don't know. I don't think video game movies are ever going to be a thing that are amazing unless they're games like that basically don't have a story. Like
Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal. Because that almost worked.
I liked that movie. I'm just going to say I did enjoy that. Though I
did you like that movie because
person.
it was pre, not because it was good?
Possibly, but also I did not know it was a game beforehand because I was quite young.
Yeah, I didn't think the narrative was too bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's just be glad that Game of Thrones is done.
Oh, yes. Praise Jeebus. Because I've never been into Game of Thrones. There is just too much rape going on in there. There's a lot of just, as we talked about, being not horror fans. Just lots of torture, lots of beheadings, lots of rape. And I'm not down for that.
A lot of cutting off dicks.
Yeah,
and
not
then
down
eating
for
them
that.
and waving the sausage.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah.
They still had a panel. They still had a panel at SDCC, and I don't understand why.
I mean, they're coming off the reins of the very last episode. Spoiler: Daenerys is a bitch. Daenerys was my favorite character. I think they did her dirty.
Oh,
they did her dirty.
I can't even talk about the finale. I don't talk about it.
She had such depth.
Yeah. No, and Emilia Clarke did her so well.
Emilia Clarke was so disappointed. You could tell. Like, I saw an interview where she was like, the fans are going to be so mad at me. And I'm like, yeah, they are, bitch. But it's not your fault, bitch.
But, like, they did the script reads. I don't know if you saw some, because they got given 4 different endings for Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So no one knew how it ended until it was premiered.
Yeah.
So there was videos from the script readings, and you could see Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington looking at each other when they did the script read. And, like, they were both just like, oh, no. And I'm pretty sure 80% of that was going, oh, fuck, we're going to have to deal with the fandom now.
Yes.
So, but they had a panel. I don't know why they had a panel. The showrunners didn't go, but they... Look, last panel.
The showrunners would not survive in that room.
No, yeah,
they would instantly be killed. They would be like, nothing personal, kid. And then all the fat guys with the samurais would just fucking kill them.
The Reigns of Castamere start playing in the background.
Oh, God, no, they would not survive. No, God. Imagine being the person who cleans the bathrooms at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
After Emilia Clarke does her meet and greet.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Ew.
Ugh. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, Ash didn't get where that was going.
Jizzes indeed. Praise jizzes.
Speaking of beautiful creatures, Dark Crystal as well.
Oh, nice segue.
Are they the same franchise? Beautiful creatures and
No,
I just meant good-looking creatures, and it was meant sarcastically because I had the image of Barbara Dunkelman and Lindsay Jones cosplaying Skeksis in my head at the time.
I don't think
that's great.
Barbara Dunkelman could be ugly doing anything though.
I don't know that video.
I know. I feel like if you just took out the sound bites of her going, "Her," that'd float a few people's boats. Still,
It's true. This is true.
That's someone's. Oh my god, fetish of the week.
yeah. And flossing. We saw Skeksis floss because of their cosplay, and I'm happy about that. I don't play Fortnite, but I'm happy about it.
Maybe that wasn't a Fortnite thing to begin with. That was a backpack kid thing.
Yeah, Katy Perry backpack kid.
Straight up Vine reference. But
there you go.
I'm not really hyped for Dark Crystal, mainly because I never saw the original one. That's 80s, right?
Yeah.
That same person did the puppets for that as the Muppets. Jim
Henson.
Jim Henson, yeah. Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And Sesame Street.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll have a nod to David Bowie?
Probably not in Dark Crystal, I don't think.
If they did like a Labyrinth reboot, which if they do, I will murder people. But
he had a song. Didn't he have a song about Dark Crystal?
No,
I know he did the Labyrinth. No, he did the
Labyrinth
movie, but I thought he had a song about Dark Crystal.
I don't think so.
No. He did all the Labyrinth music too.
Yeah. Who knows? But speaking of terrible cosplays, you guys want to do fetish of the week?
Yes.
It's time for the fetish of the week. Let's get weird. So today
we need to sing that every week.
Please, someone make us a jingle for the segment.
Paraphilia is cosplay. We thought it was very, very apt that we did. It's the only one we haven't done so far. We're starting fetish of the week as a concurrent segment. It's the one we haven't random rolled. We just thought San Diego Comic-Con. Obviously, we have to do cosplay porn. I might, while this is playing, edit in the video of Spider-Man slapping each other's ass.
Yes.
Just because I really wanted to get flagged.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Sounds good.
But V, do you have the definition of the cosplay fetish up?
Do you know what? We have a list of 547 paraphilias. I could not find. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I was like costume, uniform, and nothing.
I think it comes under role play, though, doesn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it's you dressing up as someone else, pretending to be someone / something else.
Well, it could also fit under toonophilia because lots of people obviously dress up as like cartoons, anime characters, and toonophilia is love of cartoon characters or situations.
That's true.
So
I feel like there's a lot of overlap.
There is. I think it embodies a lot of like, because would you call someone dressing up as like a policeman to have like kinky roleplay sex? Is that cosplay? Because it is costume play.
It is cosplay.
True.
But
who knows?
I feel like it overlaps.
I just want to dress up like a ninja and have someone milk my nipples, you know?
Don't we all? It's the dream.
That's next week's fetish of the week.
Why don't you dress up as a cat and then you can have 6 of them? Like
anatomically correct cat nipples.
Cat nipples. We know what this episode is called, don't we?
But you know how I tried to design the segment for the acronym to be FTW because I was like, because you don't count of in an acronym. You don't count the either. So it's just like FW. So it's just like forward. It's just forward at this point.
FW.
I thought you did it as FOTW to be like Breath of the Wild.
Yes, that's what it is now. But what do you think is the worst costume porn you've ever seen? Because I've seen quite a few. I've seen Pregnant Zelda.
Wow.
I feel like the Pokemon porn is just terrifying.
But is it cosplay?
Well, it was Pikachu, like body painted up, full blown. Yeah, it was pretty terrifying. I
know mine. SpongeBob. The SpongeBob.
Oh, yes.
Have you guys seen those?
Yeah. Sadly, yes.
Yep.
I've seen the stills, and that was enough.
Yeah, it's disturbing, and my childhood is ruined.
I feel like there's also probably a lot of Shrek porn.
I can't wait for this podcast to get really popular so people start doing costume porn of us.
No.
What would your quintessential costume be? If someone had to cosplay you, what would they wear?
It would be black track pants, a very, very oversized t-shirt with Dorito dust down the front.
Yes, bitch.
Toilet
paper.
Very messy hair.
Yours would just be black milk clothing.
Probably.
It would be such an expensive cosplay.
Ashlyn's would be angel wings because that's her quintessential Instagram shit.
Oh,
Angel
yeah.
wings, a ferret.
And you have to carry like a ferret around.
Yeah, exactly. A live ferret. You don't get. It's not a fake ferret.
No, it has to be a real one.
I feel
for
like
it to be
lingerie. They'd have to have like fake tattoos as well.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Mine would be like a fat suit, dyed hair, and maybe some like terrible attitude. Like, how would you dress up like
attitude?
that?
Question mark.
If you could just like get an inflatable ego.
If you could just get some sass and just sprinkle it on yourself.
Just like, I feel like no ass, all thighs, all stomach, and anatomically correct cat nipples.
You need dark circles. Like, you need dark circles for it to be a true cosplay of you, Brad.
Well, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong. Look, I'm always tired. I'm always tired, but I'm always sleeping. Get a load of that shit. What the fuck does that mean? Am I dying?
We're all
I think it probably means you're depressed. Welcome to the club.
You're right. You're right. Oh, you'd also have to have no teeth. None at all. I think that would work. But how would you have sex? Who knows? But last week we missed Fetish of the Week because we were talking about Taylor Swift.
I know. I mean, that was essentially a fetish in itself.
Essentially, I did mention the Fetish of the Week being Taylor Swift as an anatomically correct cat.
Yeah, this is true. Can you wait until that porn comes out? Because there will be one. It'll be
100%.
I am 100% sure there is cat. Let's look this up. Cats the musical porn.
Google. I feel like we need a segment of us just Googling
Cats
shit.
The musical porn. Did you know if you Google like porno things and you don't follow it up with porn, Google blocks it? Yeah, there is. There's Cats and musical porn. Oh, God.
Beautiful.
Yep, I've seen too much. I'm scarred. All right, guys. We're probably gonna. It'll just be me and V next week. This is a pre-recorded episode because Miss Ashlyn's going to New Zealand, and then the next one will be a podcast of her from New Zealand.
We might get Ash next week, depending on her internet signal. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see what it's like. I'll take my headset with me and try and make that happen for us.
But it'll be very exciting because she'll be running off fumes from her engagement party, and she can tell us all about that. You guys are doing it in a hobbit hole, right?
I mean, we all live in hobbit holes. That's all there is in New Zealand. Did you not know that? I'm
excited. I really want to go live in Cooper Pedy, where they have like underground houses. But I also hate the heat.
So lose.
Anyways, we will see you next week.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.